Brigitte Belle. For those of you who are new here and for those of you who are returning, welcome back. I'm so happy that you're here. In this video, I'm going to share some tips for freelancing on Fiverr. That is the site that I currently freelance on, and I thought I would just share some tips as far as what it takes to be successful on the website. So with that being said, here are a few tips that you can implement to have success on the site as well and start your career or side gig or side hustle as a freelancer on Fiverr. So my first tip for you is to take time with setting up your profile. Now, there may be a temptation to kind of just skim through the profile setting up phase. Maybe you don't really care about what you're titling your gigs or what you're putting as your photos or what you're even writing in the description. But I am telling you right now that that is not something that you can afford to just skim right past and just rush through quickly. Do not rush setting up your profile, because your profile is the first thing that prospective clients are gonna see when they come to your page and when they look at your gigs. And what's gonna assure them that you're gonna produce quality work if you haven't even done the bare minimum of setting up your profile in a professional looking manner? So take time with setting up your profile, edit your photos, have a photo of yourself, and then have a description of your gig in the photo so that people can clearly see it when your gig pops up on Fiverr's search engine. And really think about what you want to write in the description so that it really sells your gig. This is not an area that you can afford to skimp out on, so please take your time with writing your profile and creating your profile, because if you don't, then clients are likely gonna think that you're gonna treat the work that you do for them or potentially do for them with the same level of nonchalantness. Like, you're just not gonna care. So this leads me to point number 2, and my second tip for you is to look at what your competitors are doing. Now, I wanna make something very clear here. It's important to model your gigs after what your competitors might be doing, but do not copy. Do not copy and paste. Do not write word for word the same exact thing, the same exact gigs that they're offering, because that is plagiarism, and plagiarism is not okay. So do not copy other people's gigs, but you can go on Fiverr's search engine and just start typing words related to gigs within your niche. Start doing some market research, basically. A common thing that I hear people say is that they don't know what to charge, and that was also one of my top concerns. Like, am I charging too much? Am I charging too little? And so looking at what your competitors are doing, what they're offering, and what they're charging for it can be a helpful way to kind of gauge what your prices should be, what gigs are popular and what aren't. So do some market research, see what works for others, see what doesn't work for others, and model your gigs after the ones that are successful. Again, model, don't copy, that's plagiarism. As Tony Robbins said, success leaves clues. So do a little bit of market research. Trust me when I say that it is worth the time and effort to just put in a little bit of extra work by doing your market research, by seeing what your competitors are doing, by seeing what other people in your niche are doing. Because if you model your gigs after what the top sellers are doing, there's a good chance that you're gonna become a top seller as well. So don't skimp out on making your profile, and definitely do not avoid doing your market research. My third tip for you, once you have your profile up and running, there may be a temptation to say yes to every single offer or every single client that comes your way. And I just want to say right now, do not feel that that has to be the case. You do not, I repeat, you do not have to say yes to every single client or prospective client that comes your way. Let me just say that desperation is not a pretty look, and it's definitely not a good place to be running your business from. If potential clients are being rude, overly demanding, begging or asking for discounts, all before even paying or even placing an order with you, let me let you in on a little secret. You don't have to work with them. That's right. One of the benefits of freelancing is that you get to decide who you want to work with. And so I just want to encourage you by saying, do not be so eager to get your first client or to keep getting clients that you just settle for clients that are being rude or overly demanding or begging for discounts or things of that nature. Because if they're giving you trouble before they've already paid, there's a chance that they will do that after they've paid as well, and will likely be the type of customer who's not even satisfied and will end up leaving a bad review. And the reason that I'm saying this, thank God I haven't had this through personal experience, but I have seen it happen with others where they're so desperate or eager to get a client that they end up settling for the first one, even if they're being rude or disrespectful, and then that client ends up just giving them a lot more headaches later down the line. So don't be so eager or desperate to get clients. You can say no. You get to decide who you want to work with. And just as I shared in my last video, you get to decide your rates. You get to decide what projects you want to work on and which ones you don't. The reason I got the idea for this point was because I actually had a guy say, I want an 18,000 word book and I want it in 3 hours and I want it for like 50 bucks or something like that. And I just said, sorry sir, my rates are 15 cents a word and that's final. I hope you find someone who can accommodate what you're looking for. Have a great day and best of luck to you. And I sent him on his merry way. So do not be so desperate for clients that you agree to just outrageous working conditions or outrageous client demands. Like I said, you get to decide who you work with. You are allowed to say no. And for every one of those clients that is overly demanding, believe me when I say that there will be those who are the right clients, who are a right fit for you, who will appreciate the work that you do, who won't beg or ask for discounts. In short, those who will see the value in your work and who will pay for it. So just remember, you are allowed to say no. If you've had trouble saying no in the past, just repeat that to yourself as a mantra. I am allowed to say no. The fourth and final tip I have for you is to follow people or get involved with groups or organizations or, chat groups that inspire you. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Freelance Fairy, aka Alex Fasulo, or Alex Fasulo, aka the Freelance Fairy. I actually found her like a few days after up my Fiverr profile. I think it was her CNBC or one of those interviews that she did. And I was like, oh my gosh, the amount of money that she was making. And so she's been a person that's really inspired me. And so my suggestion to you would be find people who you are inspired by, find people that you can look up to, who are doing what you want to do within your niche, and let them continue to show you what's possible. And so I will link Alex's social media profiles and her YouTube channel below because she's someone who personally really inspires me. So I'm sure she will inspire those of you watching as well. Freelancing is not my niche, it's just something that I'm talking about because now that I've dipped my toes in it, I feel quite passionate about it. But it is something that she does that is definitely her niche. She knows it inside and out. So check her out below if you are into freelancing. The more people you have showing you what's possible for you, I believe the greater your chances are for success because you can adopt the mindset, if they can do it, I can do it too. So be sure to follow people who inspire you and who show you what's possible. And I believe that you will have a much greater chance of success along your journey. So that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Those are my tips for having success on Fiverr, for setting up your profile, and for becoming a successful freelancer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.